The American food system is a marvel of efficiency. It delivers an abundance of food to our supermarkets year-round. But behind this facade of plenty lies a complex and often troubling reality. A handful of powerful corporations exert enormous influence over what we eat and how it is produced. These agricultural giants prioritize profit over public health and environmental sustainability. Their practices have far-reaching consequences, shaping not only our landscapes, but also our bodies and well-being. This story is not about sinister plots or evil masterminds. It's about the unintended consequences of a system driven by economic imperatives. It's about the gradual erosion of traditional farming practices, replaced by industrial-scale agriculture that prioritizes yield over nutrition. It's about the disconnect between what we consume and its true cost to our health, our environment, and our future. We often think of food as a source of nourishment and pleasure, but in the 21st century, food has become a commodity subject to the same market forces as any other product. This commodification of our sustenance has led to a fundamental shift in our relationship with what we eat. We are disconnected from the source of our food, unaware of the complex processes it undergoes before reaching our plates. This lack of transparency allows for practices that would be unthinkable if exposed to the light of day. It enables the proliferation of processed foods laden with sugar, salt, and artificial ingredients, engineered to be addictive and profitable. It allows for the use of pesticides and herbicides that contaminate our soil and water, jeopardizing the delicate balance of our ecosystems. The consequences of this broken system are all around us, from the rise in chronic diseases to the degradation of our natural resources. Two names loom large in the global food system: Cargill and Archer Daniels Midland, or ADM. These agricultural behemoths operate largely out of the public eye, yet their influence is pervasive. Cargill, the largest privately held corporation in the United States, boasts a revenue stream exceeding that of many nations. ADM, a close rival, stands as another titan in the world of agricultural commodities. These companies control a staggering proportion of the global grain trade. They are the intermediaries connecting farmers to consumers, dictating prices and shaping the landscape of agriculture through their purchasing power. Their business model relies on economies of scale, favoring large-scale monoculture farming that maximizes output while minimizing costs. This emphasis on efficiency comes at a price. Small farmers struggle to compete in a market dominated by these giants. Crop diversity dwindles as farmers are incentivized to grow commodity crops like corn and soybeans, the lifeblood of the processed food industry. The environmental impact of this industrial-scale agriculture is undeniable, contributing to deforestation, soil erosion, and water pollution. Cargill and ADM argue that their size and efficiency are essential to feeding a growing global population. They point to their investments in research and technology aimed at increasing yields and improving food security. However, critics argue that their practices are unsustainable in the long run, depleting natural resources and undermining the livelihoods of small farmers. The true cost of their dominance is a question that continues to fuel debate and demands a closer examination. Few companies have been as controversial as Monsanto, the agricultural giant now absorbed into the German pharmaceutical corporation Bayer. Monsanto's name has become synonymous with genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, particularly its Roundup Ready crops engineered to withstand the company's glyphosate-based herbicide Roundup. This system, while offering farmers a convenient way to control weeds, has drawn criticism for its potential impact on human health and the environment. Monsanto, now Bayer, maintains that its products are safe and rigorously tested. However, numerous studies have linked glyphosate to various health problems, including cancer. The company has faced a wave of lawsuits from individuals claiming their illnesses were caused by exposure to Roundup. These legal battles have exposed Monsanto to accusations of unethical practices, including suppressing scientific evidence and misleading the public about the safety of its products. The acquisition of Monsanto by Bayer in 2018 further consolidated power in the agricultural industry. This merger raised concerns about reduced competition, increased seed prices, and the growing influence of a handful of corporations over our food supply. The legacy of Monsanto, now subsumed by Bayer, continues to be a source of debate, highlighting the complex ethical and environmental considerations surrounding modern agricultural practices. The story of Monsanto is a cautionary tale about the potential pitfalls of corporate power and the unintended consequences of technological advancements in the absence of adequate oversight and ethical considerations. It underscores the need for greater transparency, independent research, and a more holistic approach to agriculture that prioritizes the health of people and the planet over short-term profits. Beneath our feet lies a hidden world, teeming with life and essential to our survival, the soil. This thin layer of earth is not merely dirt, it is a complex ecosystem, a living tapestry woven from countless organisms, minerals, and organic matter. It is the foundation of our food system, the source of nourishment for all terrestrial life. Yet, modern agricultural practices are degrading this precious resource at an alarming rate. Intensive farming methods, characterized by monoculture cropping and heavy reliance on synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, are stripping the soil of its vitality. These practices disrupt the delicate balance of the soil ecosystem, depleting essential nutrients and organic matter, leaving behind a barren and lifeless medium. The consequences of soil depletion are far-reaching. As soil health declines, so too does its ability to retain water, increasing the risk of drought and erosion. Crops grown in depleted soils are often less nutritious, lacking the essential vitamins and minerals that come from healthy, balanced ecosystems. This degradation of our soils not only threatens our food security, but also exacerbates climate change. Healthy soils act as carbon sinks, sequestering atmospheric carbon dioxide and mitigating the effects of greenhouse gas emissions. However, degraded soils release carbon back into the atmosphere, contributing to the cycle of climate change. Reversing soil degradation is not only crucial for the health of our planet, but also for the well-being of future generations. In America, the impact of soil depletion is deeply intertwined with our health crisis. Chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, are rampant, with poor soil health contributing to less nutritious food. Heart disease alone claimed 695,000 lives in 2023, and obesity, a leading cause of heart disease, affects 42% of US adults. Diabetes affects nearly 30 million Americans, and cancer caused 602,347 deaths in 2020. These numbers are staggering, and they highlight a systemic issue in our food and healthcare systems. Research shows that 90% of chronic diseases start with malnutrition and improper diet. Addressing soil health is a crucial step in improving our nation's health and preventing these diseases. By restoring our soils, we can ensure a healthier future for all Americans, reducing the burden of chronic diseases and creating a more sustainable food system. Section 5. Hidden dangers on our plates, heavy metals and toxic additives in the food chain. Imagine sitting down to a seemingly wholesome meal, unaware that hidden within each bite are invisible threats to your health. This is the unsettling reality of our modern food system, where heavy metal contamination and toxic food additives have become pervasive, jeopardizing our well-being with every meal. Heavy metals such as mercury, lead, arsenic, and cadmium find their way into our food supply through various avenues. Industrial pollution contaminates water sources, which are then used to irrigate crops. Fish accumulate mercury as it moves up the food chain, posing a particular risk to pregnant women and young children. Certain crops, like rice, are more prone to absorbing arsenic from the soil, while leafy greens can accumulate cadmium. Adding to this toxic burden are the myriad artificial ingredients found in processed foods. These additives, often designed to enhance flavor, texture, or shelf life, have been linked to a range of health problems, from behavioral issues in children to an increased risk of chronic diseases. High fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, trans fats, and artificial food coloring are just a few examples of these ubiquitous yet potentially harmful substances. The insidious nature of these hidden dangers lies in their invisibility. We cannot see, smell, or taste them, yet they enter our bodies with every bite, accumulating over time and potentially contributing to a host of health problems. This underscores the critical importance of consumer awareness, advocating for stricter regulations, and choosing whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. Chronic diseases are on the rise, and they're costing us more than just money. Our current food system is broken, contributing to widespread health issues. We must recognize the price we pay for cheap, processed foods. It's not just about the immediate cost, it's about long-term health consequences. We need to rethink our approach to healthcare, especially when it comes to preventable illnesses. Instead of treating symptoms, we should focus on addressing root causes. By prioritizing nutrition and lifestyle changes, we can reduce the burden of disease and improve overall well-being. Integrating traditional wisdom with modern medicine offers a holistic approach to health. Ancient practices have much to teach us about prevention and healing. By combining these insights with scientific advancements, we can create a more effective and balanced healthcare system. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our food choices. By becoming informed eaters, we can make decisions that benefit our health and the planet. It's time to take control of what we eat and understand the impact it has on our bodies and our world.